Tim, can you give us a review of Wolves' last game against Coventry?
Yeah, it was a difficult game for both sides really, ending one each, and I think it was the conditions dictated it really. A strong wind sort of throughout, and although from the stand it looked as if there was plenty of grass on the pitch, given that both Coventry and Northampton play on it, the reality pitch level was somewhat different afterwards. We saw how bobbly it was, and Kenny Jackett went on record as saying it was like playing with a square ball at times around their knees, and such was the difficulty of the players trying to control it. So sadly that was the sort of story of the game really. Chances few and far between. Wolves finally took the lead 6 minutes from time when Bakary Sakho spotted a late run by Dave Edwards into the box, and he bundled home. On a personal note, it was the latest piece of fine play by Edwards, who's now scored 9 for the season, 9 in 21 starts actually, and 6 in his last 9. So since he's come back into the team, he's been a really important player, I think, for Wolves, and more than justified his place, and will no doubt, I'm sure, be at some point rewarded with a contract offer for the Championship. But just going back to this game, within a minute, Wolves conceded when a free kick from the left by Mark Marshall unfortunately glanced off the head of Danny Bath into the goal for an equaliser for Coventry. But a draw probably was a fair result in the end. A few chances, a game to forget, but at least gives Wolves another point and set up for what they hope will be the chance to smash the record against Carlisle on Saturday, when they can get Charlton's 101 point record. They're currently on 100, of course, and Carlisle almost certain to face the drop, needing snookers. So all eyes on Wolves, for that record.
Any news from Molyneux?
Yeah, we were greeted by the news at Kenny Jackett's pre-match press conference that George Elokobi is to depart the club. I think George's departure is expected, given that he's out of contract and has barely played this season. It's a sign of the club moving on, and also George at his age, at 28, really being desperately in need of first team football, really, which he hasn't had this season. But it's no doubt maybe a sad one as well, because George was a hugely popular player in his time at Wolves, and played his part in not only getting the club promoted from the Championship to the Premier League, but also playing a part in keeping Wolves in the Premier League. And in fact, I remember the middle season, I think it was, he played the majority of games actually, and laid a claim to a goal against Manchester United in a 2-1 home win as well. So that was a goal that Kevin Doyle also claimed, I think, and so fond memories very much for George. Let's also not forget he came through it showed amazing character really to come through what was a career-threatening injury just a few games into the Championship title-winning season, when he's had a nasty cruciate knee ligament and other ligament damage as well. So and actually came back, made his comeback. I think it was in the last home game of that season against Doncaster. So credit to George for coming back. He always gave his all for Wolves. Very much a wholehearted player, always behind the club. Really loud, powerful, passionate figure in the dressing room. Whose influence I'm sure will be missed, but fondly remembered by all who encountered him on and off the pitch. A real larger-than-life character.
And what are your thoughts on the weekend against Carlisle?
Well, it should give the chance for Leon Clarke to come back. He's recovered from a groin injury that kept him out of the 1-1 draw against Coventry last week. So I think he'll be back in the squad, if not starting for Wolves. But this is a game where Jackett said he really wants to go out on a high. He wants one of the best Wolves performances of the season, to send a 30,000 crowd home, happy for the summer, but also with plenty of optimistic ahead of the Championship season. So he tells us that the players have trained very well this week. They look very sharp, and that they share that determination to put on a show and really just show the best of Wolves against a team who really look to be on their way down. They do need snookers really. Not only do Carlisle need to beat Wolves to stay up, but they also need Preston to win at Crewe and Tranmere to be beaten at home by Bradford. So their fate is out of their hands. And from talking to regular observers of them up there, they drew 0-0 at Crawley on Tuesday night, and that was seen as a sort of last throw of the dice. They really don't think there's any chance of staging a recovery at Molineux. That the heart and fight appear to have gone out of the club there, and they're very much preparing, I think, for a big summer of change. It sounds like they can't wait to get the season out of the way. So it does appear as if Wolves will be right at it, and it looks to me anyway as if it's going to be another Wolves victory to end a tremendous season on a high.